I think as an office we don't really differentiate ourselves through, let's say, a formal style, but we really focus much more on what is behind a facade. The company was founded in 1947 in Germany by my grandfather. At the time, as I said, when just after the war, so in Germany and especially in Dresden, there was a lot of buildings that were destroyed. So his first sort of practical jobs were rebuilding the city, but also the university. I think his most well-known project is the Osram headquarters in Munich. He went to the United States at the time and saw the first open plan offices, and he really liked this idea and brought it to Europe, but kind of interpreted in a way that the furniture, the floor plan was much more organic and fluid and open. There were absolutely no separating walls on the inside. I wouldn't necessarily call them different phases. I see it more as, let's say, one evolutionary process that took place over 75 years with lots of cross-references between the different projects, starting with my grandfather and then my father and then me in the third generation. So we tried to reinvent ourselves with every project, not just with every generation. And we always questioned the status quo and tried to redefine typologies and to take them further. I remember my father taking me to some of his construction sites when I was still a young boy. And I was very much inspired and impressed by the physical reality of building, the fact that you leave something that is lasting, that is bigger than yourself. I think architecture for me somehow is the perfect combination of something creative on the one hand, but also something almost scientific on the other hand. The fact that you are constrained by the economic, societal and kind of political context that you're building and the client who you're building for. Maybe one story to share was when we were designing the Haiku Towers, which were envisioned to be a couple of twin towers at the beginning. And one of the towers was taller than the other one, and then the client brought a Feng Shui master on board, and he basically informed us or let us know that the energy is bad between the two towers, so the south tower had to be taller than the north tower. And the client said, yeah, we'll change that immediately. And we were quite surprised. Something like that would not happen in Germany or in Europe. Well, I think as an office we don't really differentiate ourselves through, let's say, a formal style, but we really focus much more on what is behind a facade. And we try to sort of cultivate and deepen and further the knowledge that we have gained over many decades now. We try to be part of a global discourse, to share these ideas and to communicate them to the outside world. I think already the last decade we could observe a shift from, let's say, commercial, residential towards more knowledge-intensive typologies, like research labs, universities. So this is a project that we recently completed in Shenzhen. It's for a software company. And in this case here, you can see quite an intricate and beautiful facade. It's this kind of folding elements of closed and open kind of glass and metal surfaces that sort of seamlessly react to the different orientations to the sun. We maximize the natural daylight on the inside of the offices, but at the same time trying to reduce the solar impact on the building. So this one here is a project that is currently completing. It's the Westlake University in Hangzhou. It's the first private research university in China, combining a lot of different sort of academic disciplines, the institutes that you see here in the center that are all connected through what we call the academic loop. That brings together the students and the professors to exchange ideas and push forward innovation. I think what's especially interesting, I think, on this project was the landscape that really holds everything together, and that is trying to give both the students and the professors a different experience throughout the day. This one here is another university project in Shenzhen for the Tianjin University, a branch of theirs, embedded kind of in between these green hills here. So the aim was to create what we called urban Shangri-La, so a constellation of buildings that is very human in scale, very much connected with the nature around it, very porous and open. We've been here for over 20 years now, and I think through those 20 years we've had our ups and downs, and we usually learned from that and came out stronger from the crisis. We truly believe that what our focus and our core strength is something that is needed here in the future of China.